Unfiltered, unapologetic, unmissable. Welcome to the John Cash Show podcast where the tea is hot and the takes are hotter. You like that?
I like that.
All right. The views and opinions expressed by myself do not reflect those of the John Cash Show podcast sponsors and/or affiliates. Listener and viewer discretion is highly, highly advised. This new angle is kind of like, throwing me off right now. But
I'm gonna turn it away from you.
I'm getting used to it. Now, introducing the man, the myth, the legend, the man with the cans, the man with the iron jaw and not the iron claw, the conductor of cunnilingus, the one and the only Josh Wilcox. How are you?
I'm doing good. I got some dental work done, so
okay.
Light week,
A light week?
Light week, got a few stitches, so gotta take a little easy.
Make sure you soak in warm water and salt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely.
The more you know.
Yes.
So, not a lot of action for you this week.
Well, there's other things. Anyway, moving along.
Yes, moving along. My week was went swimmingly well.
Yes. How was your week?
Besides the 4th of July fireworks. As you know, in New York City.
Which ones?
I mean, the hood ones.
Yeah.
sound like the war is going on outside. I got caught outside because I was preparing for the show, and I got caught outside, and I really thought that I was in the intro of Monday Night Raw back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute. Do I want to walk up this block, or do I want to walk up this block? But I'm here. I'm here. Obviously, I'm alive. Thank God. Knock on wood. Now, are you ready for laughs louder than your group chat notifications? Subscribe to the John Cash Show podcast on Patreon and unlock uncensored chaos, iconic moments, and behind-the-scenes tea that's too spicy for public consumption. And here's the gag. From now until August the 3rd, 2025 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you get 50% off your first month. That's right, premium content at a petty price. The promo code is 76996. That's 76996. I would say 76996, but that'd be too obvious for this show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No excuses. You got a code.
I mean, yeah. Whether it's whispering wild ASMR, which I dropped that video, or dropping relationship advice with the finesse of a reality show reunion, I bring the drama, the comedy, and the did he just say that moments you didn't know that you needed. So hit that subscribe button now, because boredom is canceled and your new favorite podcast is just one click away. Remember, subscribe, laugh, repeat. Subscribe, laugh, repeat. Promo code is 76996. That's 76996. Shout out to Josh. You couldn't 69 this week.
Yeah,
maybe this upcoming week.
Yeah,
or maybe 2 weeks from now.
48 weeks out of 52 ain't bad.
48.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Also, with that being said, why settle for the ordinary when you could dive into the extraordinary? www.thejohncashshow.com is your one-stop shop for the hottest takes, unfiltered laughs, and drama so good it deserves its own Emmy. Plus, you can donate to the show, leave voicemails to give your opinions on different topics, leave reviews of the podcast, and much more. So go ahead and head on to thejohncashshow.com. You're curious. Also, follow me on social media. IG at The John Cash Show. TikTok at John Cash Show Podcast. Facebook, John Cash. X at _John Cash. YouTube, The John Cash Show channel. Jeez. Whew, all right. And make sure you leave reviews on the Apple Podcast page and subscribe, of course, to the John Cash Show Podcast channel on YouTube.
Bitches.
Whew, that was a lot. That was a lot.
Yeah.
All right. So, with that being said, let's get into the story of the week that, you probably was like, I really want to know what John Cash thinks about this. This past week, a jury partially acquitted Sean Diddy Combs after a 7-week trial. He was found guilty on the two lesser charges that he faced. Those charges are the two related to transportation to engage in prostitution. He was found not guilty, however, on the more serious charges of racketeering conspiracy and 2 counts of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. Even though it was the 2 lesser charges, he still faces the possibility of facing 20 years behind bars due to the charges carrying a maximum sentence of 10 years apiece. He was not granted bail, so he's still locked up. They won't let him out. And he is awaiting sentencing, which is scheduled to be on October the 3rd, 2025. So if anyone had plans on going to a white party for 4th of July or Labor Day, and it would be hosted by Diddy, sorry to disappoint you, it's not going to happen in 2025 as of right now because he's locked up.
Yeah, it's going to be a while, I think.
Yeah. He's in jail probably, writing his new song.
Yeah.
Probably gospel. Oh, Diddy Day. Oh, Diddy Day. When Diddy was. He pissed his sins away.
I mean, I don't see him writing it. I mean, somebody else in there.
Take that.
someone else in there is going to pen that for him. In more ways than one. So,
I wonder if he'll add to the song that he rubbed men's cum on his nips.
Also, I also wonder too. Do they sell baby oil at the commissary?
I don't know, but I'm gonna stock up on baby oil because when he get back out, it's about to be a drought again. Baby oil was decently priced when he got locked up.
Scarcity, scarcity.
I was wondering why the price went down. And of course, Martin Luther Meek. Makisha Mill had to chime in a new interview with Complex magazine. Meek came out and said that, and I quote, "I am not affiliated with Puff Daddy's sexual life or personal life and never have been." End quote.
Was anybody waiting to hear that from him?
I guess so. He felt the need to
did you need that? I didn't need it.
I mean, he had matching shirts with Diddy. We're gonna put the picture up right here, right here on YouTube, right here. Yeah,
they look good together.
They was matching, honey, and they had the little the midget, for lack of a better word. I know a little person,
one of the two
in the middle,
yeah,
of them. Like a gay all time. Now, he calls himself addressing this after being name dropped in the salacious $30 million lawsuit filed by Rodney Little Rod Jones against Diddy. And to top it all off, this mother father, Armand Wiggins, was outside of the courthouse pouring baby oil on himself. And I believe other Diddy supporters, after the verdict was rendered by the jury, looking like a complete raggedy ass fool.
Yeah, all of that is like is one of those moments where it's just like, black people, can we stop doing that?
We can't take shit seriously. It's annoying.
This is the reason why we can't have nice things.
Like, why are you outside the courthouse? The imagery.
Yeah.
The imagery. You're topless.
Yeah.
And you're squirting yourself with baby oil.
Like, ridiculous. Like, it's just crazy. Like, I like, the people that are Diddy defenders out here, like,
not the Diddy defenders.
I mean, how else you want me to say it?
The Diddy defenders.
Yeah, exactly. They come armed with baby oil all the time.
Yeah, instead of the bat signal, it's like the Johnson & Johnson bottle in the sky. Like, I've come.
But I'm gonna let that sit.
You gonna let that sit? So did he on his nips, allegedly.
But I'm just sitting here. I'm just like, first of all, let me ask you this question: were you surprised by the by the convictions or the lack thereof, to a certain extent? Did you expect him to get more? Did you expect the more serious stuff for him to get convicted of, or?
From the transcripts that I was reading, like, I knew the racketeering would be like far fetched.
Mm-hmm. I felt the same way too.
Yeah, even though they did try to like have him seem like a mafia boss, which allegedly he is. It's like a lot of people suicide, when he gets in the picture, allegedly. So am I surprised? No. I think that this was the only thing that they could get him on, which was the prostitution.
Yeah.
If they somehow had filed charges for like domestic violence and like assault battery, that would have been the way to go about it.
That's a charge that I think they messed up on not charging him with, but
I think it's the statute of limitations because it was like 2016. Plus, I don't think she reported it.
Oh, okay.
I don't think she reported it originally. I think it was mostly due to the civil lawsuit that this case came about.
Yeah.
I do think that he might get 5 years.
I'm not gonna say I'm hoping for a number, but I think an adequate number to me feels more like 10.
I don't think they'll do 10,
but I'm not thinking he'll that. I'm not necessarily thinking he'll get that though.
Yeah, they might do like 2.5 for each charge.
Think so?
In addition to time served, which is almost a year, so he got like 4 years. Then, good time, good behavior, they'll cut off his time.
Yeah.
So he'll be out probably in like 3.5 years.
Yeah. It's just weird to me. Ultimately, how I feel about it is the thing I think I'm most disappointed about is, I mean, obviously for the fucked up shit that he did to certain individuals, but like the second most disappointing thing is the amount of people out here trying to defend him. Because like regardless of what the fact that he got cleared of those more serious charges, which I still thought were debatable, if I'm being honest. I think the thing at the end of the day is like, I didn't think Diddy was a good person before this whole trial came about, but like he was an even worse person than I even realized because of this trial. And it's just like, I don't understand how you root for that man.
And then not only that, he had this like affinity for applesauce.
That I didn't catch. So tell me about that.
Like he had his assistant stock his room up with like the honey packs, the Viagra, the baby oil, and applesauce.
Oh,
yeah, he ate applesauce on everything. Put applesauce on his burgers. I was like, yeah, that explains a lot.
Anybody tuning in right now that has a combination of, what did you say it was? Baby oil, applesauce, and
honey packs,
and
Viagra.
Just I'm curious. Is that a thing? is applesauce an aphrodisiac that I don't know about?
Look, I guess applesauce makes it easier to digest.
I mean, John, you're into some exotic things. Do you know?
Motherfucker. I don't need a honey pack yet. I don't need Viagra yet. Okay? Like, don't start your shit, Josh. Oh, God. Anyway. Yes. So we're going to segue. Because now you're talking about it. No, I have no idea what that looks like. That's not on my rider or itinerary. All I need is just Gatorade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Electrolytes, I can see that.
Yeah, that's it. It may be coconut water, but other than that, I'm already ready.
You're a simple man.
Yeah,
simple man.
I'm already ready, especially if I'm like attracted. I'm ready. Anyway, speaking of attracted, congratulations goes out to the gay Tupac, Jussie Smollett or Jussie Smollett, who recently got engaged.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, hopefully this isn't another type of stunt like the last one.
All right, congrats to him.
I laugh every time I think about that stunt. Going to Subway in a polar vortex and two white men in red MAGA hats tied a string around your neck, and then it mysteriously turns into two African personal trainers that look like they eat deer and vibranium. And like, what the fuck were you thinking?
I love how all black people turned into the feds and were just like, this is like from the jump, we're like, doesn't add up at all.
I said that. You either out in that type of weather for drugs or dick. I've said that. I've said that since, what was it, 2018?
Yeah.
I've said it since then. But anyway.
Who's the lucky groom?
I guess surprisingly, he's black. So it wasn't a name when I had seen the pictures or anything like that. So he's with a stunt queen.
Mm.
So good luck to him. Good luck to them. Yeah, over on that side. Yeah. Also, condolences go out to the loved ones of former MTV VJ Ananda Lewis, who passed away at the age of 52.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You did not know that?
No, wow.
Oh, see, that's the John Cash Show. We're insightful.
That's, damn.
Father. Yeah.
That's a throwback. And she was, wow.
TRL.
Yeah.
What was the countdown show they had before TRL?
I can't remember, but.
No, that wasn't Teen Summit. That was BET. Her and it wasn't Carson Daly. It was another guy, John Norris.
John Norris, okay.
Yeah, or Kurt Loder.
I thought it was Kurt Loder. Yeah, that was
Kurt Loder did the news.
Yeah, but I thought he was a VJ too.
This was back when MTV had some. You had some music videos. You had some. You had The Real World.
Yeah. You
had Beavis and Butthead. You had
It was back when like your parents actually were just like, should I let you watch this?
Yeah. What was that one with Jenny McCarthy? Cupid singled out.
Yeah, singled out
or something like that. Yeah, that's when they actually had some damn content.
Yeah.
Not reruns of Jersey Shore. Also, condolences go out to the loved ones of Michael Madsen, who's best known for his roles in Reservoir Dogs and Kill Bill, to name a few. He passed away at the age of 67. Initial reports are saying cardiac arrest. And finally, Julian McMahon, who is best known for his roles in Charmed, Nip Tuck, and Fantastic Four. He passed away at the age of 56. Whew. They say death comes in threes. Mm. So...
R.I.P.
Yes, R.I.P. And segueing into this next topic, unfortunately, with the recent passing of the Big Beautiful Bill,
something I wish was dead.
We may be sharing a lot more condolences.
Yeah.
No shade.
A lot of people gonna die.
No shade. But her emails. This past week, Congress passed what is a highly controversial bill, to say the least. Now, at the center of the Big Beautiful Bill is the extension of the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act put into place by Donald Trump, which was set to expire at the end of this year. Actually, most of the tax cuts will be made permanent, while increasing spending for border security, defense, and energy production. However, the bill is being partially paid for by significant cuts to health care and nutrition programs like Medicaid and the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, which is food stamps. The Congressional Budget Office estimates the bill would add approximately $3.4 trillion, not billion, trillion dollars to the federal deficit over the next 10 years and leave millions without health insurance. Now, when it comes to the restrictions on Medicaid, which is provided by government-sponsored healthcare, for low-income and disabled Americans, this bill imposes work requirements for some able-bodied adults and more frequent eligibility checks. Now, for those of you who are in New York, There is a program called We Care and Res Care. Those are different programs that determine whether you are eligible to work. You could go to your local food stamp office and be like, hey, I can't work because I don't know, I get headaches. Okay, they stop you from doing the regular vocational program, which is WEP, which is picking up garbage on the side of the street, mostly with sanitation. Most of the administrative jobs are located in the city, in Manhattan, sorry. So they stop you from doing the regular quote unquote program, and then they put you into this program called We Care, where then you meet up with the doctors, you get assessed, and then they determine whether you have no limitations, you're employable with accommodations, or you need an extension because it's like, yeah, you do have shit fucked up with you, but we don't know whether you're able to work or not, or you actually qualify for federal disability, or they have federal disability. You're like, John, how do you know so much about that? I used to work that fucking job, so I could tell you that.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Yeah. So with now, with the if you were found if you are found able to be employed with accommodations, you get either a determination of 20, 25, 30, or 35 hours a week. Now, no functional limitations means nothing is wrong with you per se. You can go to work. There's nothing wrong with you that you need accommodations. You can go to work with no limitations. That's why it's like it's no limit. And then if, like, let's say this happens with a lot of pregnant women, they might not be disabled per se, but they have to give time to get their body in mind adjusted back to, from, I don't want to say traumatic, but
from childbirth.
Yeah, from childbirth.
Yeah,
like that's strenuous, strenuous thing.
It's a big thing.
Yeah. So they might extend you. There's increments like every 90 days. So you have up until 180 days. Sorry. You have up until 180 days to determine whether you are indeed suitable for federal disability or whether you can work with limitations or no functional limitations.
So let me ask you a question in regards to everything you just said.
Yeah, right.
Which was a lot. Which is a lot. But I think it helped boil this down for people that are tuning in too. Would you say, even before this bill, would you say there would be a decent amount of hoops to jump through if you were a person that qualified for these benefits?
Yes and no. Yes, because the eligibility checks happen like almost every 6 months on average, some a year, some 2 years, depends on the case. Now with them doing more frequent eligibility checks, chances are they might shave it down to every month.
Yeah.
Every 30 days instead of every 60 days or 90 days or,
Would you say that that's something intentional to make it harder for people?
Yeah, and they're also expanding the age. So it used to be 18 to 54, and once you hit 54 and like 3/4, you can be exempted due to being over the 55 age limit. Now they're extending it from 18 to 64. So now you're gonna add people who have more than likely very limited skill set into the workforce or trying to get into the workforce. And it's just going to create fucking chaos, to be very frank. Now, with these measures, the Congressional Budget Office estimates that the bill will result in approximately 11.8 million Americans losing health coverage under Medicaid over the next decade. Now, Medicaid also pays for nursing homes, skilled nursing facilities. Also, it's a big contributor for hospitals,
rural hospitals specifically too.
A lot of people have Medicaid, mental health, the OMRDD, which is the population with developmental disabilities. Also, the mental health. Like a lot of programs are about to be affected, and it's not even funny. And
there's just no way to slice it. Like, I don't care what side of the aisle you're on or what your political leanings are. There's just no other way to interpret this as the biggest corporate welfare for billionaires, or just welfare for billionaires. It's really it. They are subsidizing people's health. They are subsidizing our tax dollars to give the rich, who are already rich, more money.
Exactly.
And these people have been crying, and it's crazy because it's just like, I don't know. It's literally probably, I'd probably say it's the worst piece of legislation I've ever fucking seen. Like, because I'm like this, at least sometimes you can see like a few things here and there, but like, oh, that helps everyday people. I struggle to find like one significantly good thing.
No tax on tips?
Bullshit. Yeah, no tax on tips. Fuck out of here.
No, but in all seriousness, now the Republicans are quite slick. They're not implementing this immediately. They're implementing this, phasing it slowly, and you know where the bulk of it is phased into or phased in?
Is it like
after the midterms?
So after the midterms, right? It was like,
so it looks like the Democrats are the ones who, but her emails. That was so important. That was so important.
Yeah.
But her emails.
Like I didn't love her, but her emails is right.
Her emails, and then Kamala, all she does is laugh. Okay, right. Well, now you're fucked.
Yeah.
Now grandma is gonna be stuck in the living room with you, half dead, and won't be able to have like a feeding bag, won't have an IV, nothing, not a hospital bed, not a goddamn thing.
Yeah,
not a goddamn thing. But her emails. But I can't bring myself to vote for her. She doesn't stand on what the fuck was the big divisive the Gaza. That is over there. What the fuck that got to do with over here? Like,
and the crazy part about that is I'm just like, and Trump is better than that, and sitting on the side. Like, who do you think is going to be better or worse for Gaza?
But
even if that's your issue, that's the thing.
$30 billion is allocated for ICE, for hiring, training, and other resources.
They deported like all the so-called criminals in like a week. Now they're just going after, if you're rich enough, they're just going after, the person that, tends to your garden, the person that does your landscaping. They're going after the person that probably massages you, the person that cooks your food. Like, they got all them people out already.
Like what more?
I mean, the homie, what's it called? The homie Stephen Miller. What's it called? AKA Joseph Goebbels. Just calling a spade. Like, I mean, like, for anybody that doesn't know, I mean, like, he's just pretty much telling them, like, he said it, where he's just like, you guys need to deport 3,000 people a day. That's the quota. Regardless of, like, that is the quota.
Well,
with no checking, no background checks on these people or anything like that. We need to get 3,000 people out a day. Find them at the 7-Elevens. Find them at the Home Depots. Fucking crazy.
I don't mean to laugh, but shit. I mean,
you need someone to put together your countertops on TaskRabbit. Price just went up.
Well, American made.
Yeah.
Final thoughts, Josh?
Ooh. Yeah, the fact that it happened on 4th of July, I was just trying to enjoy myself like everybody else, and that shit just, got the ping on my phone as a news notification. I was just like,
that's why I take that shit off.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's all I got. Is yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to make a joke, but yeah, that's all we got.
Not this time. As I always like to say, stay away from negative people because more than likely they have negative bank accounts. On behalf of the wonderful, illustrious Josh Wilcox and myself, we'll see and speak to you next time on the John Cash Show podcast. Bitches!
Let's go, New York! John Cash. Yo, listen to John Cash.